All right, boys, if you want to go to college, you have to clear out another one of these.
What if we told you there was a better way to save for your kids' college than pickle jars? Morris Bank's Savings Builder account and moolah makes saving for your kids' college easier than ever. All you have to do is connect the account to your debit card, where it automatically rounds up your purchases to the nearest dollar, depositing that spare change into a moolah account where it will grow into a nice little nest egg for whatever your kids have their sights set on.
I'm Heath Richter, and we just want to invite everybody to come on down to the Houston Clinic and check us out at our new facility. We've been in Dublin for a while now, obviously, but have a new office here, and we'd just like you to come down and see some of the new stuff we're offering. And if you need to get checked out, we'd be glad to do that for you. We've got able to do some ultrasound-guided injections now, and physical therapy, and just a little bit better space, so hopefully we can get you in and out of here a little bit quicker.
Come by and see us today at our brand new location, the Houston Clinic, Medical Drive in Dublin.
Conservative treatment options are typically where we start with both knee and hip arthritis. So if you come in to see us and your hip is beginning to be arthritic or your knee's beginning to be arthritic, there's sort of a stepwise approach that we take. Anti-inflammatories, which are medicines like Motrin, Advil, Aleve, are usually sort of first line. We have prescription forms of those medications that we can use. In our elderly population, that becomes a little more difficult because they have comorbidities, things like diabetes or stomach ulcers or disease, that they can't take those medications, even hypertension. So we'll try to treat them with medications if it's appropriate. When it's not, then we go on to things like injections. So cortisone injections, or there's these things called visco injections or visco supplements, which are lubricating type injections that we can use to treat knee arthritis as well as hip arthritis to try to control people's pain. And a lot of times we do that for years for people before they get to the point where those are no longer working and we're ready to talk about knee or hip replacement.
Welcome everybody. We are here on the south side. We're here at the fire department, and I pulled up, Adam, and it's all the fire trucks are outside. What y'all been doing today?
We started off this morning like we do every shift, and we do our morning inspections of the vehicles, the equipment, make sure everything's ready and operating like it's supposed to in case we have a call that occurs.
Okay, what do you exactly do?
I'm a sergeant. What that entails is I drive the truck, pump the truck. I'm over the equipment and the people that's on that particular truck, and whatever the captain or lieutenant or the chief is wanting done for the day, I just make sure that it's accomplished. Okay,
you get a call, house fire. Tell me, when the call comes in from there till you get to the house, kind of walk us through that.
So the tones normally drop, and dispatch will come across and they'll give us an idea of what kind of call we're responding to, the location, if it's a house fire, whether or not there's people inside the house, if they've been given that information or not from the caller. And then while we're en route, firefighters that are on the truck with me are typically getting ready, suited up, air packs and that kind of thing, getting ready. Part of my job is trying to figure out, who's going to be pumping, where the closest hydrant is, that kind of thing, whatever, so that when we get on scene, we're prepared to go ahead and act however we need to.
And when you get on the scene, when people call in, my house is on fire, first of all, most people, I would think, are hysterical. I would be.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So when they call in, what kind of advice would you give them?
Try to stay as calm as possible. First and foremost, their safety is paramount, so make sure that you get all of the family members out of the house, that kind of thing. Of course, we tell, when we go around and talk to kids and that kind of stuff, we tell them, don't go back inside, don't go for the pet or your toys or anything like that. Get outside. As far as information to pass on to dispatch, I would make sure that you give a good idea of exactly what's on fire, the location, your address, number of occupants, that kind of thing, because we need to know before we ever get on scene whether or not there may or may not be somebody inside. Is everybody outside, and is everybody accounted for? And based on that information as to exactly what we may do when we get there.
Well, I know from my experience, I'm gonna pick Dublin, for example. I had to go pick my granddaughter up Saturday at a friend's house. Well, the homes were not clearly marked. I got GPS and it's telling me, hey, I've arrived at my destination.
That's right.
But that's not always accurate. As I found out in Atlanta last weekend, it's taking me all kind of places, and I should not have listened to it because I knew the way. But with that said, houses are not clearly marked. What we need to get people to make sure you got big numbers, because especially at night, how do you see this?
The streets in Dublin, typically numerically they run in one direction, which gives us an idea as we're going out and we're testing hydrants and doing pre-plans and that kind of thing. We're able to look at these addresses ahead of time and get a basic understanding of at least the area on which that road, that residence is, which part of the roadway. Dispatch does a great job as far as giving us a cross street to get us close. But yes, homeowners putting up, big letters on their mailboxes or whatever out front, marking their houses and stuff helps out tremendously. Now, granted, if we have a structure fire and there's smoke boiling out of the top of the house, we'll know where that is.
Right.
But that's not necessarily the case for a cardiac arrest.
Right.
We need to get there. The sooner we get there, the sooner we're able to step in, the better the chance of the outcome. And if the house isn't marked correctly, it delays that response.
Yeah, I even think, I know several years ago, there was a couple groups in town selling reflective, which I thought was a great idea. You could get your address, put it out by the mailbox, and even at night, I still go by houses. They bought those, I think it was $15 or something. I'd like to see somebody come back and do that again, but you're coming down the road and you see that 115 that you're looking for, and you mentioned cardiac arrest. Minutes count, don't they?
Absolutely, absolutely. Every second counts. With the way your body works in a cardiac arrest and the loss of oxygen to your brain and everything, every second that passes or whatever could be could work toward the outcome of that incident. So the faster we're able to get there and get inside and do what we need to do, the better the outcome could be.
Well, this is interesting to me. We've been doing some shows, you know this, different fire departments in town, the 2 different fire departments. But now one of the guys I talked to, he was also an EMT. But is that the case with you?
Yes, sir.
You are? Okay. I was going to say, that's a lot of knowledge there to know. I said, well, did you learn it being a sergeant or EMT? I'm going to tell you, I said this the other day. I tell people this all the time. And I'm not knocking my friends that are Johnson County. A lot of people in Wrightsville, Soperton watch us, Eastman. But I tell people kind of cutting up, but I mean this. If I was in a wreck in a surrounding county, I told my wife, drag me across the county and call Lawrence County EMS, because I'm telling you, y'all are the best trained. I've ridden in the back. We did a day in the life of an EMT here a few years ago. Now, I was filming, and it was hard to hold on to the back of that ambulance. We went to Southern Pines, and, it was pretend TV.
Yes, sir.
But it gave us an idea of what y'all go through, and I don't know how you do it. I mean, you got somebody back there and the guy making the turns and trying to get there. But you're right. I said minutes count. You corrected me. Seconds count.
Absolutely.
So tell me, and I know we're here at the fire station, but as an EMT, tell a lot of our viewers don't know this. I do know it, but the equipment you have back there where you can communicate with the hospital so everybody's on the same page.
So as far as EMS works, they have cardiac monitors in the back of the ambulances, which they're able to upload the EKGs and the readings and stuff to the hospital, and they've also got the radio system and everything in the back, and we're able, while we're en route to the hospital, able to provide that information to the hospital so that when they come in the back door, they're already up to date also. Now, as far as the fire department's concerned, we work side by side with EMS.
Yeah.
We're typically one of the first ones on scene as far as the fire service. Fire service is a catch-all. We deal with wrecks, and we deal with fires, and we deal with tree down and power lines and medical calls. So we're kind of a catch-all, whatever. So it works out great as far as us being able to get on scene, give EMS that update, of exactly what we have so that they're prepared when they get on scene, and they do the same thing with the hospital. So the faster and the better we can work together, the better the outcome will be.
Saves lives, don't it?
Absolutely.
Okay, let's take a quick break. We'll be back right after this.
The City of Dublin, yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Your city to live, work, and play.
I'm Brian Bazemore, President and CEO of Community Bank of Dublin-Lawrence County. We would like to invite you to come by and experience a welcoming banking environment. Come by today and have a cup of coffee and let us talk with you about our many products, savings accounts, checking accounts, CDs, and our many loans. You're more than just a number to us, you're family. Come by today, Community Bank of Dublin-Lawrence County, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Summer's right around the corner, and you know what that means. It's vacation time. Here at Dublin Nissan, we can get you ready for vacation, whether it's a new Nissan or Chevrolet, or just servicing your current vehicle. And guys, if you're looking for a new fishing truck, you can't go wrong with this all-new 22 Frontier. And if your needs are bigger, we got the trucks for you too. It's your choice. I know what mine is. Remember, Don sells Corvettes well. Hurry in to Dublin Chevy Nissan.
Welcome back, everybody. So tell me, we're talking about how everybody works together, fire, EMS, law enforcement, but so AirEvac's been quite a something really good in our community when we got the helicopter. Actually, last April, it saved my life. I always wondered, I never bought the membership. The membership, my mom did, and I said, Mama, who's gonna need a helicopter? I mean, and fast forward to last April the 6th, and it saved my life getting me to Macon because the ambulance couldn't have got me there that quick.
That's right.
So there I am, one moment you say, nobody's gonna need a helicopter. But I've changed my whole, especially after I got the bill for it.
That's right.
It'll change your mind, won't it? But just a quick plug for them, get the membership. You know, I'm not getting paid to promote them or nothing, but it'll save you a lot of money, a lot of heartache later on, trust me. But I mentioned all that to ask you this question. Why, when the helicopter's coming in or leaving, why does the fire department go out?
It's just safety. When the helicopter's coming in to land, they say that the most dangerous time is the actual landing of the helicopter, turbulence and everything of the wind, against the ground and the props and everything. So we're just there for a safety factor, just in case, to make sure that everything goes right with the helicopter, the bystanders that are around, things like that. It's just being more proactive in case something was to happen. So we're just there for safety reasons.
Good. That's a good feeling to know you're being proactive. So how long have you been a firefighter with the City of Dublin?
I've been with the city for about 17 years now.
Okay. What made you choose this occupation?
I'm second generation. My dad worked here at Dublin Fire for about 16 years. So I grew up around it. So when I turned 21, I put in here at Dublin. Been here ever since. So.
Well, good. It was a good decision?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. You seem happy, and it's got to give you a good feeling to know that you're able to help so many people in it.
Oh, absolutely. That's the fun part about the job for me is the simple fact that every day we come to work, there's no telling what we're going to run into. Some days are a little slower than others, but go to bed at 3 o'clock at night, and in a split second, and you're up running out the door to structure fire or cut someone out of a car or whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, regardless of the call, we're there to help somebody.
Yeah.
So I enjoy it.
So you watched your daddy do this for all those years, and I know you, like most people, you look up to your dad. And did he encourage you, or you just kind of gravitated that way?
I just gravitated, really. He didn't necessarily encourage me, but he didn't try to push me away either. He let me make my own decision. When I graduated high school at 18, I began volunteering with Lawrence County. And then when I turned 21, I ended up getting hired on here just because of age requirements. But yeah, I enjoy it.
Well, good. And working your way up through the ranks, obviously. You're a sergeant. So when you're watching your dad, I think back, I was talking to the chief a couple of weeks ago, and we lost Chief Drew this past year. Quite a loss to the community. He loved what he did. In the end, he paid the price for it. But you know, I think back to Red Mobley and Chief Drew and people like your dad coming through. So much has changed, hasn't it, as far as equipment?
Oh, equipment's come a long ways. You know, back in them days, SCBA and Air Pack, there was no such thing as that. You know, the old long coats with the pull-up boots and that kind of thing. So we've come a long ways as far as safety goes, the equipment and that kind of thing, which in turn just, at the end of the day, it serves the community and it serves the citizens better and a quicker response and that kind of thing. So, yeah, we've come a long ways.
Oh, yeah, and the price of fire trucks has come a long,
yeah,
long
yeah.
way too, hasn't it?
That's right, that's right. They're not cheap.
No.
They're not cheap, but everything on that fire truck serves a purpose. The way the equipment's stored on it, the way the siren's mounted, the lights are mounted and everything, it's all on there for a reason. Mm-hmm. So. Well,
like we said, we've learned through the years what's important, what's not important, and just technology's advanced, no doubt. Mm-hmm. Okay, when we buy a new fire truck, do you start training before it gets here, or do you have to wait on the truck to get here to start learning all the, like when I buy a new car, all the knobs on it?
No, the fire trucks, they're generally set up the same. I mean, they've got a passenger compartment, they've got a pump, they've got a tank, and they've got a hose bed and that kind of thing. So they're all pretty much the same, but they're all got their own unique things. And typically, when the truck comes or whatever, we'll go through and, you know, find out all the nuances of the fire truck. Yeah. So.
Yeah, it's always fun buying a new vehicle. I can just imagine a $500,000 fire truck coming in.
Yeah. There's
a lot more knobs, and one of the guys was showing me the other day, I cannot believe all the, you know, different things there. And like you just said, they all have a purpose.
They do. So, they do. Everything on that truck's got a purpose.
And you better know the purpose, haven't you?
You got to know the purpose.
Okay, the jaws of life, does everybody have to know how to operate them, or you got certain people?
No, everybody knows how to operate the jaws of life. When you get hired on, you go off to school and you get your Firefighter 1 certification, which is your basic firefighter certification. They touch on all of it, and then we have extrication classes that you can go to. We have yearly training here. As a matter of fact, the cars are set up at Shamrock Fire Station right now out there on the side of the station for our yearly training. And so everybody has the opportunity to put their hands on it. Everybody's familiar with how to cut a car up and gain access to patients and stuff like that. So
good. That's comforting right there. I mean, the city, the citizens should have a relief there to know that we're in good hands. Mm-hmm. We're in very good hands when we talk about the fire department. Okay, we're going to take another break, come back, and wrap things up.
Hi, I'm Kyle Gerard with A+ Flooring and Construction. We're extremely excited about our brand new location here on 371 Georgia Highway 338, Dublin, Georgia. Just a small drive to the country. So come out and see us at 371 Georgia Highway 338 in Dublin, Georgia, or give us a call, 478-676-2662.
From humble beginnings with a desire to serve the Dudley community, Bank of Dudley has grown to 5 locations, serving Lawrence, Twiggs, and surrounding counties. Serving our community since 1905, the Bank of Dudley is looking forward to its 2nd century of community banking. Drop in today to any of our 5 locations: Jeffersonville, Dudley, East Dublin, Veterans Boulevard, and downtown Dublin. Bank of Dudley, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender. Welcome back, everybody. We're going to kind of wrap things up here. We are at I call it the South Side Fire Station. Am I correct there?
That's what we call it. That'd be Station 1, but we call it the South Side Fire Station.
And I call the other one Shamrock.
We do too.
Okay, good. Well, we're all on the same page. We can go then.
That's right.
But we talked about how long you'd served as a firefighter, but tell me a little bit about why you applied with the city of Dublin and some of the benefits to working with the city.
So the city of Dublin's been a great place to work, at least, throughout my career. They're really good about looking out for the employees. We've got good benefits. We've got a good retirement, good pay. It's very, you can put it up against other departments and stuff, whatever. So works out really good. Like I said, they're really good to us. They provide us everything we need to operate. So yeah, I enjoy working for the city of Dublin.
Yeah, and I hear that across, whether it's sanitation department or road crew or whatever, even the guy downtown. I see a guy downtown keeping our community beautiful, We also did a day in the life of a sanitation worker, and I found out, I have a new regard for them, I'll tell you that, because they work hard. And would you agree that all the departments, not just fire and police or whatever, but y'all all have to work together at some time, don't you?
Oh, absolutely. If we get caught out during a storm or whatever, and trees down in the roadways, there's a good chance that we're going to be working side by side with sanitation. With the street department, or possibly even engineering. In some cases, if we go out to a leaky gas line, there's a good chance we're working side by side with the gas department. We're out doing hydrants, we're working side by side with the water department. So yeah, we've got to have good communication skills and be able to intermingle and work together to accomplish the task at hand on a day-to-day basis.
Well, that's wonderful to hear. Nothing like people got you back, huh?
That's right.
Somebody's got to have you back, because if you're like me, I tell people all the time, I need all the help I can get.
Well, there's nothing in this job that's a one-man show. It takes a team. So
that's a mouthful right there. Well, thank you, brother, for talking to me. I appreciate it, and because I know y'all are busy, regardless of the downtime you have. You need to be resting, because I don't know, my thing I can't comprehend that y'all do is be dead asleep, because it takes me a little while. I got to get up and make coffee. Y'all ain't got time to do that.
No. 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, tongues drop, usually within a minute and a half or whatever, we're on the trucks ready to go. So it's pretty quick response.
Have you always, like growing up, so you talking about your dad in the fire department, when you was growing up, did they have to beat you to get you up? I don't mean that literally.
Yeah.
Or did you always get up easy, or is this a trained?
No, you get used to it. I'd put it more along training, because on my days off when I'm at the house, I don't want to get out of the bed. So
I hear you, man. But you know when you got to go.
That's absolutely.
You got to go, don't you?
Absolutely.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
And thank y'all so much for joining us today on another edition of Discover Dublin.
I'm John Coursey. I met Dr. K in September of last year. First appointment, he went whole body. Instead of trying to do just one section, he looked at the whole body and discovered that I had 35% heart function in my heart and 90% blockages in my left leg and about 60% blockage in my right leg. I felt like he was looking out for me, not for himself. He actually drew my problem out on a whiteboard so that I could understand what was going on. Over the course of 6 months, he put 2 stents in my heart, 5 stents in my left leg, 1 stent in my right leg, and I've gone from being able to walk maybe 50 feet to as far as I feel like I want to go. He has changed my quality of life for the better, and I think he is the best doctor I have ever been to. And I recommend anybody, and have recommended to several people, to come see Dr. K so that he can fix their problems as well. The staff, City of Hope is a great place to go. They are so friendly. They call me by name when I go in and sit down. I don't even have to sign in anymore. They call me by name after the first visit. Thank you. You've changed my life, made it 10 times better than it was 6 months ago. When I went to Dr. K, I felt like I was on the way out of this world. Couldn't walk, couldn't do what I wanted to do. My quality of life was low. Today it's high. I believe he saved my life. What can you say to somebody to save your life? Thank you.